We love hip hop.
I feel good.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna say I'm in the six. I was gonna use my but we in the West Coast today.
West Coast King, guys.
Where's my sound effect?
West Coast King. We there.
We are back at it. We're over here. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can find a little bit of music. We're doing I guess ghetto style or guerrilla style today because I'm on a road trip. You know what I'm saying? But let me see what we could do here. Let's see what we could do here.
There it is.
Was it that long ago?
Maybe 3 years ago, yeah.
Wow.
What? 3 years ago?
It was time ago.
That was over at the studio, the old Visionary art studio.
Yeah, near Spadina.
Yeah. Well, listen, welcome. Actually, I got to start this
You
site
welcome.
I got to start this off in grand fashion, like I usually do over there in the six. We are Buck. It's the world's most smoked out podcast. We love hip hop. I'm your host with the most toast, Friday Ricky Shred, aka Road Trip Rick, aka the Traveling Man, aka West Coastin' Man. We are over here at the Queen's Co dispensary down here in Surrey or Delta or.
Delta,
we're in Vancouver. You know what I'm saying? We're in the West Coast. Okay, big salute to Queen's Co for having me out here. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Queen's Co. They got multiple locations out here. Make sure to check them out. They got some good stuff in here. You know what I'm saying? Also, big salute to Diamond Club Delivery all over the GTA. Okay, they got the cans and all types of good stuff over there. Hit them up on their Instagram page. Diamond Club _Canada, all right? Or you can find them on the 7 Days of Weed website. One more. The Blem, because you gotta have the Blem, okay? Steamin' Hot Grabber, big salute to Steamin' Hot Grabber. Hit them up on their Instagram page, Steamin' Hot Grabber, okay? They will handle your order. Let them know that the We Love Hip Hop boys sent you, all right? But I'm really, really happy to have my guest over here today. They're guests that I connect with in the six, even though one of them is from the West Coast, right? But my brother over here, you know what I'm saying? The six is kind of in his name, right? So with no further ado, welcome back once again, The6AtSix.
Thank you, bro. Bless up.
And Foreign Enanita. Yo, listen, yo.
And she's right. The last time we were on a show was like 3 years, plus years now.
It was that long ago.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Time flies, man.
Well, listen, I want to chop it up on some topics. I wanted to get like at least one episode of the podcast in so that we can do something on the West Coast. So
of course,
maybe we could try something different where y'all can like co-host with me today.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is there anything that's going on out here that I need to like know about as far as like shows, anything like, because I do announcements when we're on the other side, right? What about out here? Is there anything I need to look out for?
50s tour is done now in Canada, isn't it?
Drake and 50s was like going mad.
That was going mad, yeah.
Yeah, people were talking about it all over the
Yeah.
blogs and stuff like that. But I think after that, everyone kind of took a rest. Now everyone's like, okay, that was done. So.
Yeah. What's the main thing to do over here in the West Coast?
I mean, it's just like Toronto. It's
scenery,
just,
really, too.
Yeah, the scenery is way better here. I know personally.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
The road trip has taken me everywhere through Canada, but Vancouver is gorgeous, and then the smell of the ocean with the mountains in the background.
Yeah.
Can't beat it, bro. Can't beat it.
What about the nightlife? Like, I'm a little bit older now, so I don't feel like going out to the clubs like that. But I'm still interested to like to see where everybody goes to.
She took me out the first time I came. Like my first week here, she took me out on nightlife, and it was popping, bro. It was popping. What was that?
We went down to Granville Street.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a few. That place is pretty lit too, because it's like, there's clubs, but there's also bars too. So it's not like King Street where it's like bare youths hanging out and going just clubbing. It's literally you can like see a bar, and then there's a big club beside it. You know what I mean?
We went to a club and the club was popping, you know, the light showing, and then we left, and literally right next door there was this like bomb ass food spot, and we ordered tea and got food. So it's a cool little, you know, it's a balance.
Balance.
It was also 2:00 in the morning, so it was, you know.
Anyway, the bars close at what time out here? Because I feel like
2-3 o'clock. 2-3 o'clock.
So same thing as like
same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing with time frame. Yeah.
One thing I did notice, right, when I was out here, I did a vlog where I've been moving around and just filming my whole experience. But I went downtown.
Yeah.
Okay, to Hastings. So we're basically in a drug-free zone here. They said they don't like the filming out here, so I got to be very careful with the way that I conduct my filming out here, but it's serious, man. Vancouver's not no joke.
Oh, okay.
Blocks and blocks and blocks of fiends.
Yeah.
Yeah. We literally just bumped into a 1-2 at fucking Mary Brown's right there.
Yo,
guy trying to get a sandwich for $3.
$3, and it wasn't even Monday.
Should talk about the deal.
Monday burgers for $4.
Jeez. So why is that out here? Like I feel like coming from Toronto, where I feel like I trip over fiends every time I'm walking on Yonge Street. That's regular to me. But I come out here and I'm still like,
it's times
what
3.
the hell?
Yeah.
I'm still baffled, man. I'm kind of shocked.
Well, Justin Trudeau did that, legalizing like them selling hard drugs in dispensaries here. So that definitely has a part to play. As much as they try to mask it like it was some shit to help people from overdosing and yada yada.
Yeah.
Nigga, they just made it 10 times worse.
They literally like caught them up in like new hotels. They're actually building, they're called SROs. So they actually have like fiends living in them. And they're like catered to, like I have friends that actually work in some of them. And like the way that they're like calling, like, I'm hungry, bring me my food, or like, I'm fiending right now, bring me my like syringe and I want a skinny pipe, not a long pipe. I'm like, how do you guys have options like this? Like, bro, what kind of free treatment is this? Like, I wouldn't even need that shit. No, like a menu, like
it's not even a joke.
Blueberry something, like, you know, flavored fucking like what? It's so like normal. It's the norm.
Crazy.
It's so catered to here.
Yeah.
You know what I also did here, just like, cause like I've been talking to like a lot of like the Uber and Lyft drivers and stuff, because I'm shocked. Like I'm talking from a nigga who's used to be on the streets doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Right? In Toronto, I come out here and I'm like, what is going on? Right?
Yeah. What, babe? What's that that pack called? The Narcan or something?
The Narcan,
like that?
you're like supposed to hold them.
Take this in. If you see somebody overdosing and you don't help them,
you can get charged for that. Yeah.
Criminally.
It's your duty.
Wow.
So we're naturally supposed to hold that Narcan pack with us when we're outside.
They're all over the streets.
Yeah.
Like if you walk downtown, like in Gastown, they're literally on like random poles on the street, on like bike locks, like just like a pack that is to save somebody's life from ODing.
Yeah.
They're stapled all over the downtown core.
We're supposed to have those?
No,
and
not only that, but if somebody
have access to them?
Their access to them is all over the streets. And if somebody is ODing and you see it and you don't do anything, they can criminally charge you.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So it's like a lot of enabling that's basically happening.
Absolutely.
A lot of enabling happening. That's why you're saying, why is there so many fiends? Because it is so easy for them to do it here.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't like about this place. I'll tell you that right now.
It's fiend out.
Fiend out.
There's one thing also that one of the Lyft drivers was telling me, that you're allowed to have 2.5 grams legally of anything.
Of anything.
Soft, hard,
everything. Side, everything. All of
anything.
It.
Wow.
Yep. Except I think is what's the one that people have been. What about? I don't think you can do Fenty, right?
I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can.
You know
have
what?
it all.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
It's madness out here, bro.
It is madness.
Wow. Well, listen, I've been enjoying this trip. I've been enjoying the experience, but that right there just blew my mind.
Yeah. It's hectic.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll definitely be posting. Like I took some videos, even though like people were like, "Yo, don't take no videos around here." I don't know if that's a good idea, right? Mm-hmm. I still, guerrilla style. No, I took a lot of content. Like I was in front of like safe injection places and stuff like that. Trying to get interviews. They were like, "Nah, I can't talk to you." Like I was in the field.
You're in the field. I was in the feed field.
So
ducking and dodging syringes.
There's a couple other topics I do want to get to because I know I don't have y'all for a lot of time. You know what I'm going to do? I told y'all off camera there was something I wanted to address with the crook. However, I'll save it for when I get back to Toronto. Big salute to Dusty Wallace, right? When him and I hook up and do our next episode, that's when I'll address that. So gang, if y'all waiting for Friday's response, because you know what I mean? Like, I get hemmed up in the blogs and stuff like that. I don't know if y'all see that shit.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
We see all on the timeline.
We see it all.
Yeah.
The sacred timeline.
I try to stay
eyes on everything.
No marvel.
But one thing that was going on, and I want to know if y'all caught any wind of this, is Drake versus Charlamagne.
Yeah.
Right?
Charlamagne's always on Drake's nuts, bro. It's so annoying. Like, this guy always has something negative to say for no reason. On now.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because he's Canadian?
There's a part of it.
Or you think it's because he's light-skinned?
That's another part of it, too. Right?
Fuck you.
There's levels to this. No,
don't get in your feels.
Charlamagne, no, fam. You know how many times?
Those light skin feelings coming out right there.
Look how he gets an envy. He calls him beige rage.
Beige rage?
Yeah. He's got all kind of jokes for envy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Lee, that one's problem.
I love that shit.
I love that too.
Beige so that might be the problem. But he was saying, and I'm going to try to pull it up while I'll explain it while I'm trying to pull up the actual audio. But he was saying that the new song that he has with SZA, he basically wasn't expecting like a slower song like that. Mm-hmm. So he had his critique on that.
But it was more than a critique. It wasn't just a critique. He was talking shit, as he usually does.
You think he was getting spicy?
Of course he was. That's what he does. And it's weird. And did you see Drizzy's response on his Instagram?
That's what I'm trying to pull up right now, man. I'm just having to go through Fort Knox to get into my Instagram here.
He hit him with the GOOF capital G.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are not realizing on the timeline, right? Okay, so here we go. I got the audio here.
What's your friend today, Charlamagne?
What do you mean?
Drake.
No.
Drake?
What happened?
Well, okay, so this morning, Drake was a little bit upset about some things that you had to say.
Yep.
I want to do we have the audio?
What did I say?
I'm going to let the people know what you said first, and then we'll
look
get
at the caption I wrote here.
Drake put out a song last Friday.
God, don't take them GOOF talks lightly.
Nobody cared.
What was the song?
The Drake and SZA record.
No, people, that just dropped, and people do like it.
It came out last Friday. And it came out last Friday, and people just started talking about the lyrics yesterday.
He's a hater for no reason.
Right, so that's what he said, right? But do you think that it warranted this response, fam? Hold on. There's the slides of Charlamagne, 3 sexual orientations. Because remember that was the joke that he used to make about Drake. There's 3 sexual orientations: gay, straight, and Drake.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. This is when he was a savage. In deep thoughts about how the off-brand Morris chestnut. What is going on?
That's just funny.
Or how you
the Morris chestnut, yeah.
How you the off-brand Morris chestnut. Like, maybe he's in the hotel in between shows and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He's got time. But like, he put some thought into this. And then here's the quote. Are you okay, Leonard? You're kind of weirding me out, G. Like, really obsessed with me or something for years. Like, you look in the mirror and wish you saw my reflection type shit. Whatever you got to do to let it out, I'm sure your 435 loyal fans will stand by you. Fucking goof.
That's that beige rage right there. Yo, zero. But this is a reaction. You have to remember what initiated. It's always him initiating. Drake don't take his time out of his day to be like, oh, I don't like Charlamagne. Charlamagne this and Charlamagne
exactly.
that. Like he does to Drake.
Exactly.
And it's always some disrespectful shit. And like some low blow shade shit. For what?
Like a lot of thought into
so Drake
it.
was like, you're a little goof, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I would have did the same thing. Yeah, and it's not because I'm light skinned. You know what I'm saying?
You mentioned that word goof, and we understand it as Toronto, and you know the Toronto slang. So
no, we say goof over here too. It's
right?
it's actually a prison lingo. It's not it's not Toronto lingo. It's prison lingo.
Exactly.
Because my dad was a lifer. I know what goof means, and I know what happens when you use it.
When you say that G word, the goof talks come out. That means like. I actually have real beef with you.
Yeah, it's fighting words.
Disrespect, absolutely.
Because he deleted this.
But I don't blame him for that because I personally, especially, we're not talking about one incident. He's been talking shit.
He's been coming at his head for
He's
time.
been talking shit for years.
Yeah.
It's about time he was called a goof. If you ask me.
Yeah. I just don't I don't think the American audience realizes that that's an issue. But they're like, yeah, goof, whatever, right?
Yeah, because they use goofy, like
they
funny.
throw that word
like,
you
acting like a goof means like you're acting funny over there. Like I've heard it before in LA and shit. And I was like, excuse me? Like, what are you talking about? What?
I had somebody say that to me one time without knowing the proper terminology. And I flew, and stuff like, I'm like, calm down. This motherfucker is a citizen. They don't know.
Goof talks are not light. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely not.
So they might be thinking over there, okay, he said the word goof and it's not a big deal. Me and Drake are cool. He did have a response where he was like, yeah, we usually plan this ahead of time. It's the plan.
I saw that after. What a bird. The backpedal was so real. The man backpedaled all the way into it looking like an idiot.
We planned
He's
this
like, no, Drake calls me. And, he tells me that I need... he tells me that he needs to do this for an album rollout. So I don't think he needs to do it. Like, shut up, you liar.
Right? So he might just be laughing and kikiing about it and not realize next time you bump into the man somewhere in LA or something like Chubbs give you the deaf eyes and like you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Fam, I thought we were just joking around on the internet. And shit. Like, no, bro, I called you a goof. You didn't realize that word means something, fam.
Yeah.
I'm going to touch you when I see you. Pause. You know what I'm saying?
That was a heavy pause.
I'm good with my pauses. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, listen, salute to the boy. Okay? Like, let's keep the peace. Maybe, like, I know that I'm emphasizing that word, dog. Right? Because I've been inside too.
Same. But I don't think Jersey's the one to be talking to chill. I think Charlamagne needs to shut his mouth if he's got nothing nice to say. Don't say nothing
at all. Yeah,
very simple.
Yeah. Well, whatever happens. I'll have my popcorn ready.
Right.
We got some in the car.
There's a couple of things that's been going. there's a couple of things that's been going on over there in Toronto that I've been seeing on the blogs while I've been out here. There's been like 4 shootings in 4 days out there.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been hearing that? Like, that's been going on, and that's like a heightened version of what's usually happening over there. Mm-hmm. But I've been hearing some shit about Vancouver too.
Yeah, Vancouver too. It's same kind of concept all the time.
I don't think it's as hectic as Toronto though. The crime has been going up for the past, since like 2019, 2018. It's been hectic.
Yeah, it's been hectic. But that's more like gang violence. I mean, Surrey's bad for that. But with downtown Vancouver, what they're bad for is like Modern running on the street and like joking people for no absolute reason. Like,
we're down here?
Yeah, like you could literally be on transit and somebody will come rob you and joke you. Like that, it's like the most common thing in Vancouver right now is that type of violence. Mm. So it's still violence. It's just in a different situation.
But it's because there's more addicts here.
Yeah, exactly.
There's that sporadic, out of nowhere shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whereas Toronto is a little bit more militant and more gang related, like she said.
No. That's happening over there too.
What?
Like, since you've been gone, there's been a rise in random crimes in Toronto too. Like a woman got pushed into the tracks. Like people are getting stabbed in like Kennedy Station and just different stations. But like it's not like by bad man. It's like just like some random crack.
Yeah.
It's like that's starting to become a thing over there. Why do y'all think that the crime rate is starting to go up. Like, especially we're getting near the end of the year too, right?
Yeah.
I think it has a lot to do with the political climate in Canada right now.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Especially with everything going on with, I hate to bring his name up again because he's a fucking goof to me, Justin Trudeau.
Mr. Moist.
I can't stand him, bro. But, you know, a lot of the things happening, especially in the political world, they affect people's livelihoods. They affect the way people behave in society. You see what I'm saying? These types of things change society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that we're seeing it here in Vancouver with you know, the legalization of hard drugs. And just like we're seeing the crime spike in Toronto with the price of living skyrocketing.
Yeah.
You know, people turn to drugs.
Absolutely,
people turn to ways and methods of escape. And a lot of those things can lead to violence and violent, you know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I feel
like a random drug addict stabbing you in the middle of
that's what's
for
happening.
no reason.
But I think like COVID had a lot to do with the people, like mental illness people.
Oh, absolutely.
Because people were going mad, like sitting in the house and, like you said, not having anything else to do but turn to, you know, they had liquor stores open. They could get drugs off the street still, those type of things. So like, I think that really drove people kind of insane and just out of control.
There was a bigger effect on the public from the COVID lockdowns than there was from COVID itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a fact.
That's a fact, 100%.
Yeah, that really had a toll on everybody's
Paranoid mental.
Yeah,
your
the
mental
strain that put people through and being locked
in a box, really. Like if you're alone.
You've been used to it if you've been bagged and you're doing, you know, 6 to 8 months in friggin' provincial, you know what I'm saying? That is so soft compared to 2 years of being locked down, you know,
in a house.
But everything's closed. There's nothing to, like, at least in jail, you know, I get out on this day. But in lockdown, when everything's closed and, you know, the whole entire social hierarchy of life itself, as you know it, is stripped from you.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't take that very well, and rightfully so, because it's like walking into a different dimension. It's the Twilight Zone.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And, you know, not to say that people who've been inside, you know, should be used to any type of shit like that. But like, for the people who never even had to be isolated in any type of way,
that too.
That probably was just a mind where they were just like, there's just lasting effects that after we got outside. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just been, you know, seeing these different things in the blogs. Every time I'm looking back in Toronto, I'm like, I want to go back, man.
I'm telling you.
Damn.
And that's why one of the reasons why I built the bus and I left. I had enough of the politicking. I had enough of Toronto is different since the pandemic, man.
Yeah.
Since 2019 was the end of it. Toronto used to be magical. Toronto used to have this excitement in the air when you went out, and like there was always something popping, and it was different. It had a different energy. And the past couple of years, I have not felt that energy. That's not to say you can't go out in Toronto and have a good time. But what I'm saying is, back in 2016, 2017, 2018, it was a fucking vibe. It was different.
That was the golden era, right?
I'm telling you. No,
that's facts. One thing, even like to branch off of this conversation here, right? And stay in it. This episode of the We Love Hip Hop podcast is brought to you by Queensboro Cannabis Company over here in the West Coast. They got delivery for all parts of Queensboro and New Westminster, Delta, Surrey, Richmond, Burnaby, East Vancouver, Tsawwassen, Ladner, Langley, Coquitlam, and White Rock with a minimum purchase of $25 to $100. Receive your delivery within 2 hours of placing your order. All deliveries must be placed by 9:45 p.m. on the same day of delivery. You could also check out their location at 540 Ewing Avenue in New Westminster in British Columbia. Use the code WLHH for a 10% discount, and you can follow them on their Instagram at Queens Cannabis Co. or Queens_Cannabis. Let's get back to the show. Peace. The music scene out here, okay? I have a few more interviews to do today. I got like maybe about 3 more, right? But one thing I've been noticing is like the scene for the amount of population and how major of a city Vancouver is nowhere close to like the Toronto scene.
No.
Why hasn't why hasn't the Vancouver scene been able to develop the same way as the Toronto scene?
Yeah, I think we've touched on this the last time I was, when I came to interview with you.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about the vlogs and that type of stuff and how there's none of that going on. And it's definitely like, you know, things fall off very easily. It's very cliquey here. Like I know you guys always say like Toronto this and that, but I find for me, that's why I work based out of Toronto, is because like there's marketing there, there's things going on. People are okay with being better and teaching somebody. It's different. It's very different here. It's very cliquey. Yeah. And so people fall off. So say somebody started like a podcast and the next man is doing a podcast, they're going to start hating and then boom, they're both off. Like nothing lasts in this city. And it's sad to say. And there's only one type of, you know, people like doing music, basically. You go do like a rap show. There's only one type of rap that they're doing because they're all competing against each other. No one's found their own style yet. And so it's very hard to connect over here, I guess I would say.
Yeah. And she's not wrong either, especially even coming from more of an entertainment aspect where she does music, of course. But even from the entertainment aspect, a lot of people just seem to be really cliquey here and really keep to themselves sort of thing. Like there's no market. There's no we love hip hop. There's no
Six Solid. There's none of those things going on.
There's nothing here that
the grind is different.
People can push to like Six Buzz or anything like, you know?
Exactly.
And that's one thing that really bugs me about Van is because that is so severely lacking and that is like so necessary.
It's so necessary. It's our foundation, honestly. It's our foundation as artists.
I feel like
you need
that's marketing for us at the end of the day. A lot of
artists need to you know, put their bullshit aside and start working together to you know, make these things happen out here because that's maybe we should.
I was gonna talk to you about it. I was actually gonna bring that up to you. Don't be joking.
The blogs, and this is a conversation I've asked people like off air and stuff like that, and that's the answer that comes up a lot: is blogs, right?
There's no platform.
Like Toronto is one of the places, even over a lot of American cities, that we have a lot of blog pages. Yeah. So there's one thing to have a whole bunch of rappers that are, and you know, rappers working together is a very good point. It's one thing to have a lot of rappers, but we need more content creators over here who are like, I got a blog page. Even ones who don't want to show their face and they just post about Vancouver shit, because we got that over there in Toronto and we get to find out who's beefing with who called who a goof on range, who's got a new song out. Like, there's blogs for everything over there. You know what I mean? Like,
it's definitely something to we'll talk about it later because it's definitely something to be discussed and something that could
and it's so easy to start. And if it's like that open, like it's absolutely ridiculous that they don't understand that. It's nice to see like people that do music here, they have their own clique here and they organize it amongst themselves. But then again, that's all it, like, that's as far as it goes. You know, like the opening is hard to get for them too, because they could be amazing artists, but nobody knows who they are across the country because of not having that.
There's no hashtag. No. Like I do, like when I'm doing music reviews or when I'm doing like stuff for the top 6 and stuff like that, I try to include the whole of Canada. But when I do hashtag Vancouver rap or Vancouver hip hop, I find a lot of old posts on like just random blogs that don't even have a lot of followers. And I'm just like, it's just not there like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But it is. It's just people aren't fucking networking.
It's cliquey.
People aren't,
it's cliquey. They don't want to work with you. It's so hard to work with somebody, and the person's like that you work with, they're doing too many things at once. They want to, you know, do beats. They're also a rapper. They're also doing, you know, like everybody wants to be in charge of everything. No one like understands like, hey, you do this, we do this, and it's a team build up. They're like, I can do it all. I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. You know what?
Marketing a blog and like creating a nice logo, that this is what I do. So I mean, maybe marketing you know, finding a logo or something, a name for it is the best way to start going about it. And then it's just pushing it to businesses and pushing it here and pushing it there, getting the numbers up, especially locally. If you get a local following, like I did with my the 6 at 6, you know, my Instagram platform is super valuable to local businesses and local companies because 80% of my following is in the GTA.
Exactly, 100%.
So we could do the same thing with Vancouver. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. Though,
and then you will have a blog to associate with out
exactly.
here.
The thing that's huge here is branding. So, like for instance, I'm wearing Welcome Team's badge. Shout them out. This is a personal suit that they made, and they actually they do so much marketing within the community. There's another spot that's called The Front. They also have a branding. It's Money Hungry. There you go. Okay. And they're all, but it's very community based, and they're wicked. Like it's always block parties, them type of things. But when it comes to online, that is the lack right there. It's the online thing. So musicians and like artists will go to them and they'll do block parties and do the damn thing, and it's a good time. But it's very like, oh, I saw it was wicked, but that's all to memory. It's not like, yo, look what Vancouver's doing. It wasn't comments under it. Exactly. Again, because of no vlogging.
And last thing on that, right? Like Van is the slang for here, Van City, right? Yeah. So there should be like, you know how we have, you know, 6 sounds, 6 buzz, the 6@6. There's so many different 6 something because the
6 drip, 6 exactly.
We're using the hell out of that name. There should be Van City Hip. Like there's already hip hop bands, Hip Hop Vancouver, right? There should be Van City Hip Hop. Van Vlog City, this, Van this, you know, Van Fuckery, whatever.
Exactly. Van Fuckery, Van this, Van News. I don't know, some shit,
So that starts getting engraved in people's heads.
Absolutely.
And then they're like, oh, Vancouver got a scene.
Exactly.
I got Van 6 City.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Keep that for the deal. Why you gotta put that on the mic for it? Beep that out later. Beep that out later. I got beep.
You heard it first, bro. Yeah, I see anybody trying to jam me for my kids, bro. I'm crunching that, bro.
Oh man.
Complete sign up. You know what I'm saying? I scooped that name still. I'm surprised they got it still.
That's what I'm saying. That means people are not on their job, bro.
Yeah, y'all are fucking. I'm about to come through and take this.
You might have to call me Van City Friday, man. Get that account, you know? Okay, I got one more story for y'all because we're a little bit pressed for time. Big salute to the sponsors, Diamond Club, with delivery all over the GTA and now all across Canada. They got the best selection of flour, edibles, and pens, and all types of goodies that you need. You can find them on their Instagram page, DiamondClub_Canada, or you can find them on the 7 Days of Weed app as well as the Leafy Things app. Let them know that you heard about them through the We Love Hip Hop Network, and they may give you a discount. Big salute to Diamond Club. Yeah. But there's been speaking of blogs, there's podcast wars that have been going on, right? I don't know, have you been seeing the running theme that like content creators have become, with all due respect, a little bit more lit than the rappers these days. Like,
100%.
Rap beef is cool, like, you know, man smoking on that, whatever, or it's not cool, but like, you know, it gets traction. But now this content creator is saying, yo, you know, F this guy, or, you know, this person was on my show, and that's become a thing now, you know, the Adam 22s, everybody's like in this big battle, Joe Budden, everybody, they're in a big battle royale, right? So recently, Tasha K did an interview with the Joe Budden podcast, okay? I don't know if you guys know who Tasha K is.
No, but I know who Budden is.
So Tasha K, she's the one who caught a huge case from Cardi B. Okay, Cardi B slapped her for $4 million or something like that for defamation of character.
I heard loosely about this.
Yeah, she was saying that she had like some sexual health issues. You know what I mean? See what I did for YouTube right there. And like, you know, her like robbing guys and just saying a lot of defamatory things towards Cardi B. And Cardi B had enough. So she slapped her with a lawsuit, followed up on it, and got her, well, she didn't get her bread, but she won the lawsuit. So Tasha K finally started going around and doing her rounds like a year later almost, with doing some interviews. She sat down with Joe Budden and them for about an hour and change. She flew from like Atlanta all the way to Jersey and them to go talk to them. And Cardi B got at Joe Budden and them saying, I can't believe you're talking to my ops and stuff like that. Like, when Rory and Mal were kicking your back in, like, you weren't having the same energy and Ray Tay Tay. So he's held on to the interview. He never dropped it, right? On the Joe Budden podcast, he said, we're editing it. You know what I'm saying? We got to take some things out, but he never said he wasn't going to drop it.
Yeah.
And then Tasha K came with the fire.
Tasha, you can come back here anytime you want. I sat outside and I had a conversation with this black man. I said, you know what's sad? Is that we cannot, as black media, stick together for the betterment of the people. And he was like, black media will never do it. Black media will never do it. And now, he's literally owning up to his own words.
And this was deleted.
We're black media. We're not supposed to be friends. We're not supposed to have industry colleagues to the point where it affects the work. When it starts to affect your work and your judgment, when a BBL starts to f with your mind and your dick and you make bad decisions based off of outside aesthetics and you ignore doing the right thing, but when the BBL turns around and tries to say you kick babies out of her stomach and boobs. Tasha, you can come back here anytime you want. I sat outside and I had a comic and broke ribs. Now you want the non-BBL bitch to speak up for you.
And also, just to fill y'all in on this also, she went over to No Jumper and did a 2-hour interview, maybe almost 3 hours with Adam 22. And she had a great interview with him, right? But still, they spoke about where's the Joe Budden interview. He was asking about that in that interview too. So Joe kind of didn't pull the trigger, right?
This is the type of nigga that Joe Budden is, and I honestly regret sitting down with him and giving him that one interview that would shake social media so bad that it shook his fake ass in that lace shirt with his belly sitting over his dick.
Enough of this bitch. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so now that I'm up to speed, no wonder he didn't drop the shit.
Yeah, after he saw this, he was like, no, I'm not dropping this.
Get out of here. No wonder he didn't drop the shit. Annoying. She's playing the race card. And who are you compared to fucking Cardi B? Who am I going to keep ties with, you or Cardi? What are we talking about here?
That's what people have been speculating. Like, would you, Cardi B's getting at you. Would you say, you know what? All right, fam, I'm going to hold this. Or are you going to drop it? Because she did fly all the way up to the freaking East Coast to do it, though.
What does that matter?
Yeah, it's
Did they pay for the flight or pay for her time? Or did she pay for it all herself to go there and say something? Because that just sounds sus.
Yeah,
obviously.
I don't know the details on that.
I don't think they're going to take that into consideration either. They don't give a how she got there. They just wanted the content. They wanted to hear her side. That's it. They don't care if she took the bus or drove or took a plane. You know what I mean? They just wanted to come in and hear the bullshit.
Here, bitch.
I don't know if you swam here, bitch. I don't know if you skied.
No, but you guys don't think that Joe might be doing that industry and this is listen, I'm a big fan of Joe Budden's content and stuff like that, right? Been watching Joe Budden podcast from day one.
Yeah, I think his content is sick.
But he might be playing that political card. I understand protecting your relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But dropping a piece of content is not gonna destroy your relationship with Cardi B. Cardi B should be able to understand, this is my job.
But if she didn't, that's the thing. That's probably why out of respect he just didn't post it. Maybe who knows how she came at him. Maybe she was really real mad.
You interviewed that bitch.
Yeah, you fucking
what you said about me.
We're done.
She took it to the point where she sued the bitch for $4 million.
Yeah, so clearly she has a problem with
We're not talking about some little random no-name bitch.
Yeah.
We're talking about somebody that she took legal action against.
Exactly.
And won, apparently.
So she has a serious problem with her.
Yeah.
So it's not a light thing, and so she was probably...
I don't know if I was in Cardi's position that would even matter to me if Joe was interviewing somebody that I'd sued for $4 million. I'd probably just laugh at them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to hear what she has to say.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not Cardi.
Who knows what went down in that conversation.
Well,
he didn't drop it.
Yeah.
That would have been good content for him, so something must have went down. that he decided not to.
I think he's still going to drop it. They said it last week on the Joe Budden podcast that they're like after he saw this, and this is deleted also. Okay.
Of course it is. Everybody gets in their feelings and then deletes
the shit, right? But listen, fam, I'd be trying to catch stuff early because I know people delete, right? But he did say after he saw that, I'm not dropping this no more, right? Yeah. But I think, they got it in the can. It's 2 hours plus of content.
Yeah, people are going to be waiting for it. He's trying to stir the pot right now.
Yeah, he'll probably drop it. But listen, we're going to cut it short today, you know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all got to keep it moving over here in these Vancouver streets and this, you know what I'm saying? This beautiful area that
we got to get back to East Vancouver.
But listen.
You got to check out East Van while you're here.
Come down before
East Van is the truth.
So
and next time I come back here, y'all got to, take me to some spots.
100,000%.
East Van and downtown Van are where to be, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Give me a tune that y'all should. Oh, you got some new music. I'll give me a tune that
I haven't. No, I just have the Jersey mix one. I haven't dropped anything. I just been working in the vault. I got lots, but I haven't dropped anything.
Ice Cube on right now, dog. You know how we do.
We get some Ice Cube here.
You know how we do it.
Let's go out to some Ice Cube. Oh, I got something right here. Oh, how we do it.
This is fucking jam right here.
Yeah. We love hip hop.